everyone, this is Om from Civil Center. Welcome to our channel. As we know, Civil Center is continuously working with the vision to guide civil engineering students and professionals, and for that we keep making videos on different software. Also, we regularly make videos on different topics that are related to civil engineering field. So today we are going to study about foundation and its type. So let's understand what is foundation. Foundation is the lowest portion of the structure which transfers the load into supporting soil. The main purpose of the foundation is to distribute the total weight of the superstructure over a large area of soil. So you can see in this picture, these people are working on the foundation. So we know that we have two different types of foundation. First one is the shallow foundation and the second one is the deep foundation. You know, all the structures can be divided into 2 points. First, the superstructure and the second one will be the substructure. So this foundation is a part of the substructure and this is constructed so that the load of the superstructure can be distributed over the large area of the soil. Suppose you are placing a column over here, then these columns will penetrate the soil and the structure will be disturbed, and you can see the cracks over there. To distribute the load uniformly, we cast this foundation so that it can take the load of the superstructure and distribute it over the large area of the soil. Now that we have understood what is foundation and why it is used, let's go ahead and more purposes of the foundation. So foundation are mainly provided for the following purpose. First, most crucial purpose of providing foundation is structural stability. The strength of the foundation determines the stability of the structure to be constructed. So let's understand this structural stability. So we can see that whenever we have superstructures and if the foundation will be absent, that means wherever the soil is weaker, or you can see that the soil bearing capacity is low, then column will penetrate the soil and from there your structure will go into the soil and it will definitely affect the whole structural stability. Then there is the second purpose of the foundation. What is that? A properly designed and constructed foundation provides an even surface for the development of superstructure at a proper level at over a firm bed. So you can see over here in this image, this has been constructed at a particular level. So you can see, if now I am going to construct a building over it, then it will give it a leveled surface, so it will work as a proper level over a firm bed. A well designed, now let's go to the third point. A well designed foundation prevents the lateral movement of the supporting material, which is the soil in this case, and thus ensuring the safety of the superstructure from the detrimental effects of the lateral movement of soil. What does this mean? That if you will design a foundation in a proper manner, then it will prevent the lateral movement of the supporting material. In our case, as a civil engineers, what is the supporting material? So in the most of the areas, soil is the supporting materials, and in some Saudi countries, sand is the supporting material. So we have to use different kinds of foundation over there. So over here you can see this foundation will prevent the lateral movement of this soil, okay, which is the supporting material over here. So that's the third purpose of the foundation. Then the fourth purpose is the foundation serves the purpose of completely distributing the load from the structure to a large base area and then the soil underneath. This uniform transfer of loads help in avoiding unequal settlement of the building, which is one of the determinal defects in building construction. So you can see that whenever you construct a building, you have seen that in the newspapers that this building has been broken and or it has been displaced from some portion and it has disturbed the structural stability. So what is the fault over there? There can be two things. First, the landsliding can happen over there, or the foundation that you have created at that place or the you have constructed at that place is disturbed. Okay, so that is another factor. Then we have basically two types of foundation. First one is shallow foundation and the second one is deep foundation. Let's understand the shallow foundation first. So these types of foundation are used in the places where the soil hard stratum are found at a shallow depth from the ground surface. What does this mean? That if you are working at any site where you can find hard soil at a shallow depth, that means you don't have to go deeper, then you can construct the shallow foundation over there. And there is one more thing which can categorize the foundation. So this is the width of the foundation. So this width should be more than this depth. If such is the case, then it is the shallow foundation. Then, in this type of foundation, the depth of the foundation is less as compared to the breadth, which is why it is also called spread foundation. So, I have already explained this term, and this foundation can also be known as a spread foundation because the width, in this case, this is the length and this is the width. So, this width is more than this depth. Okay. Then shallow foundations are very popular choices of foundation where the safe bearing capacity of soil exponentially high. Okay, so you can see where the safe bearing capacity of the soil is exceptionally high, there we go for the shallow foundation. Then the shallow foundation is suitable when the hard stratum exists at a depth of 2 to 3 meters. That means if this hard stratum of the soil is founded at a depth of 2 to 3 meters, then we will construct the shallow foundation over there. Then we have the another category, that is the deep foundation. These types of foundation are used where the soil hard stratum exists at a considerable depth and the soil is of inferior quality. What does this mean? Suppose this is the area and this is our deep foundation. Why we will go for the deep foundation over here? Because the soil may have a weaker safe bearing capacity or a lower safe bearing capacity. That is, the soil is weak over here and it can't take the load of the superstructure. What can be the other case? This hard soil stratum exists at a considerable depth. That means if you are finding the soil stratum at more than 3 meter depth, then we will go for the deep foundation. Why? Because we have to keep this foundation on the soil, so this foundation will rest at the hard stratum of the soil. Okay, the second point is these types of foundation are suitable where the hard stratum does not exist 3 meters from the ground surface. As the name indicates, height of the deep foundation is much greater than its width. Okay, so in the shallow foundation, this height or this depth of the foundation is lesser than the width of the foundation, and in the case of deep foundation, the width is lesser than the depth. Okay, so the third point is these types of foundations are used where the safe bearing capacity of the soil is low and the soil cannot withstand high load. So that I have already explained that point. If soil is having low safe bearing capacity, then we will go for the deep foundation. So let's brief the shallow foundation and the deep foundation in this video. So the shallow foundation will be constructed where the hard soil stratum is found at a depth of 2 to 3 meters, whereas the deep foundation will be constructed where the hard soil stratum is found at a depth of more than 3 meters. This width of the foundation is more than the depth, then it is shallow foundation, and if the width is lesser than the depth, then it is deep foundation. So where the soil hard stratum is having the safe bearing capacity larger, there we will go for the shallow foundation, and where the layer soil bearing capacity is lower, there we will go for the deep foundation. So in the next video, we are going to discuss what are the different types of shallow foundation and what are the different types of deep foundation. So guys, that was all for today. If you want more such informative videos, then you can visit our YouTube channel, as well as you can also visit our Facebook page, where you will find a number of YouTube videos and the informative posts related to our live online classes. So if you want to register for our live online classes, then you can simply go to the link given in the description. All you have to do is to click on that link and it will open up a Google form for you. You have to just fill your details over here and I will personally give you a call and I will guide you how to proceed to join our live classes. See you in the next video. Thank you.